Thank you. Thank you for being here on this very so-called cold night. But you're here, and I'm happy. I received many things in the mail, but some of them quite amusing. Are you ready for a changing world by Scientific America? Now, who would like to answer that?
Are you ready for a changing world? Would anyone like to answer that?
Yes.
Ara said yes.
And you?
Yes. Well, a world, that could be different.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
¿Está lista para un mundo cambiando?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No, he knows.
Because the world is different.
Oh.
I'm not going with you
I
guys.
should have said no.
It's beyond that. We are not ready for a changing world. We are the changing world. Remember that. If it weren't for self-centered, there'd be no change. We are the changing world. There's a difference. And this is the hardest thing for people to realize. Now, I'm going to use this again. You want to hear this drum? You have to use an outside force. But there's an inside power inside of our seed that beats. And no one knows what makes it beat. And my spiritual brethren told me we call it the causeless cause. Get it? And that's God. Inside of the seed of man. Not human, not beast, not bird, not fish, but inside of the seed of man. But of course, in the bird, in the fish, in the beast, there is that beat. But who and what is a beast? Who and what is a fish? Who and what is the bird? It is part, a portion of the seed of man. So you see, this is considered the fall of man, when he separates himself into many pieces, and the many pieces of what we see out here, the birds, the dogs, the beasts, call them birds, beasts, flies, fish. So everything is the seed of mankind. Seed of mankind. Get a stethoscope and listen. Or put your hand there and listen for the beat. What makes that beat? Okay. Now you will will see more and more casualties in the air. Airplanes will start falling. Birds will stop falling. There'll be no birds in the air. Insects will fall. Because it'll be a brand new air. And cell phones will not function any longer. Now you have to recognize that an airplane lets out a lot of pollution, and therefore our air is polluted. And cell phones do the same thing. The air is polluted. But when the new air comes, and we are the new air, and it brings on a change, there'll be no pollution in the air. And then we'll have a breath of fresh air. Isn't everybody looking for that breath of fresh air? Sure. But the air out there at the moment is so polluted, how can we have a breath of fresh air? It must be completely destroyed for the new to come in. Now, as I told you many times, the body we have today is a makeshift body. It's an auxiliary body. It's a body that lets us get through this winter season. And the winter season of mankind is 2,700 years. And we're at the end of it now. So in order to function in this winter era or age or season, we need to burrow, cut our way through. And when we have something in the earth that makes it loose, we consider them, anybody?
Anyone?
Worms. If your earth is full of worms, you'll notice that it's not so compact. It is loose, not dense. But a can of worms is a very powerless experience. A can of worms is a very uncomfortable experience. And we have a worm in us. Does anybody know where it is in us?
Anyone? Tori.
Appendix?
The appendix.
And we call that what? Very form appendix. Very much is worm in Latin, and it is formed like a worm.